And Wade, another Bay Area bomber, Mark McGwire of the defending champion Oakland A's of the American League, the Wizard Ozzie Smith, the irrepressible Kirby Puckett, and Tony Gwynn of the Padres and Wade Boggs of the Red Sox. 8 batting titles between them. NBC Sports welcomes you to the 60th Midsummer Classic. From Anaheim, it's the All-Star Game. The Big A in Anaheim, home of the surprising Angels, the midway point leaders in the American League West. And we welcome you to this season's All-Star Game. Face it, everybody wants to be a sportscaster, including former President Reagan. Here we see Ronald Reagan moments ago in the clubhouse trying to pick up some last-minute tidbits and anecdotes before working the first inning with Vin and Tom.
Mike Moore. Jeffrey Leonard. Gary Gaetti. Mark McGwire.
They're off.
Ladies and gentlemen, managing his first All-Star game from the 1988 American League champion Oakland Athletics, number 10, Tony La Russa. Leading off, the American League's top vote getter of 1989 from the Kansas City Royals, the left fielder, number 16, Bo Jackson. Batting.
Who is slow in getting up. There's a long drive. That one is going way up. It is off the roof. What a throw by Dave Parker, who continues to show why some people consider him the greatest player in the game.
A beautiful afternoon in Southern California as we await the start of the 60th All-Star Game in Anaheim. Hi, everybody. I'm Vin Scully, along with Tom Seaver. The All-Star Game in Anaheim. That is to bring back a rush of memories for you.
Vinny, one of my favorite memories. I pitched the last inning of that game, the 15th inning for the National League All-Star team. I was just a year and a half out of USC and came in and saved the ball game for Don Drysdale, and we beat the American League 2-1.
And tonight, we'll be seeing 2 starting pitchers who have done a remarkable about-face. Both of them, Dave Stewart let go by the Phillies, and Rick Russell apparently finished as far as the Yankees were concerned.
A couple of different styles with these 2 pitchers. Stewart, a power pitcher and a good forkball. Russell, a lot of sinkers and sliders. The thing about it is that whether they're veterans or rookies on these ball clubs, the All-Star Game is something very special. It's, it's their night, the show of shows. It makes no difference. Once that bell rings and the game starts, these guys play very hard and they play hard to win.
And it will be an extra special attraction should Nolan Ryan walk in from the bullpen here in Anaheim.
Well, he's had so many great numbers that he put on the board in this ballpark, in this league, and it's a phenomenal the way he has been able to have his career just continue on at such great success, and I hope we get to see him.
Yeah.
The trailer man, Howard Johnson, steals easily. So here is Guerrero with first base open and the National League leading 2-0. So a rocky start for Dave Stewart. And a drive into left center field, coming in a hurry to pick it off. A fine catch by Bo Jackson. And that saves the American League from further damage. A couple of runs on 2 hits And at the end of half an inning, 2-0 National. Bo Jackson making the catch on the ball hit by Guerrero to prevent further damage. And now the American League will be coming up, leading with the National League leading 2-0. And as Bo Jackson comes up, we talked about Ozzie Smith and you wearing a Cardinal uniform. And Jackson wears baseball and football, and you did football.
Yes, I played the Gipper, but I also played for real in a much earlier time. But that Bo down there, that's a pretty interesting hobby he has for his vacation. When baseball ends, he winds up playing football. I don't know if there's ever been anyone doing it.
Hey. He's remarkable, and look at that one. Bo Jackson says hello. And Rick Russell is greeted on the first pitch to Bo Jackson. He almost hit it out of state.
You know, that's going to set it up pretty interesting for him to the end of this season when he goes back to the Los Angeles Raiders.
Watch this again, sir. You could I guess they work in cycles somewhat. Ground ball to shortstop. Ozzie feeding Sandberg, and it's in the books. Yes. So Bo Jackson and Wade Boggs balance the budget in the first inning in a blink of an eye. And at the end of one inning, a 2-2 tie.
You know, before you go on the field, and you could see that he was like that before he came in and sat down at the booth.
What about that Concorde flight that Bo Jackson hit? As a pitcher, you must have really appreciated that.
I know those. The legend continues to grow, doesn't it?
Oh. Benito Santiago, catcher from San Diego, up there at the plate. A 2-2 tie in the second inning. A rather explosive first inning. But boy, you talk about popping open a bottle of champagne. For Bo Jackson to walk up and do what the entire nation was wondering if he could do, that was fantastic.
That would be the off-speed straight changeup from young John Smoltz.
Steinbach in '87 platooned with Mickey Tettleton. And now drives one into right center for a base hit. Big hop. Eric Davis stays with it, and around to third goes Ruben Sierra. That thing almost kangarooed over Eric Davis' head. So first and third, one out, and here comes Bo. If you wondered as I did, what is his name besides Big Bad Bo? It is, for the record, Vincent Edward Jackson.
Talking to Gene Mock about hitting Bo first. Of course, Mock, who managed here for many years for the Angels. And Mock said, gee, I did exactly the same thing in 1965. Hit Willie Mays first in the lineup. He hit the second ball out of the ballpark. Bo did the same thing.
One ball, no, on the corner. 0-1. That's Jim Evans behind the plate. Do you remember the last 3-run home run hit in an all-star game?
You're going to tell me I gave it up?
I knew it.
I knew it.
Well, you know, that's right. The last 3-run home run, you were on the mound and Carl Yastrzemski took you downtown. But because you're so great, I can bring it up.
I just had a feeling that was a loaded question.
1-1 to Bo. Ooh, good fastball.
Jackson struck out 146 times last year. He got 96 Ks already, and that's right where he's susceptible. You don't want to let him extend those big arms. Against Ruschel, he just simply went down, extended the arms, and got the pitch low in the strike zone.
Breaking ball grounded to short. Ozzie Smith to Sandberg. Back to first. No contest. Bo is there. The run is in. And the American League leads 3-2.
The National League may be the team that is known for their speed, but Jackson is the one on the American League squad that gives them the idea of a ball club that can really run. He can run as well as anybody on the field out there today.
He was fooled on the pitch, but with his speed, he winds up picking up an RBI. And here's Wade Boggs, who takes a strike. 0-1. American League 3, National League 2, bottom of the second inning. Boggs with 3 home runs so far this year. Hit one out over the left center field wall. Of course, he's pumped up. He just recently signed a new contract for 3 years for over $7 million.
A good left field hitter, Wade Boggs. He's played Pepper with the Green Monster in Boston, and Davis is playing him straight away. Usually they will defense him more to left field, try and give him no big holes in the infield.
There goes Bo, and Santiago throws it into center field. And Jackson is on his way to third. Stolen base, error 2. Benito Santiago, who the last count I had threw out 8 runners while on his knees, did not even get it in the neighborhood. And Jackson just kept on going.
Santiago's been throwing out about 46% of the runners that are attempting to steal against him, and he just simply gets his elbow down and underneath that ball.
In there for a strike.
The book on Boggs is great inside-out hitter, meaning he will take the ball to left center field, trying to pitch him hard stuff in off of the plate.
He tried to take it that way. Ozzie Smith gone out and will make the play. However, the American League, a run, 2 hits. There was an error. It's 3-2 thanks to Bo, and we'll be back after these messages from your local station. Now you have Will Clark, who grounded to first in the first inning against Ryan. On the corner for a strike, 0-1. Clark was talking about when he was in college and played at Mississippi State, and how he played against Bo Jackson at Auburn baseball. And there was a throw into the runner, and Jackson was the runner, and Clark said, Jackson hit me and I wound up in the dugout. I have never had my bell rung like that, and I don't play football.
I saw Jackson in the Kansas City clubhouse. He was getting some treatment on a leg, and he's the biggest, most compact, thickest baseball player I've ever seen.
Bo Jackson. I'm the kind of guy usually when the opposing team comes into town, I go watch the other team hit, but I think that when Bo comes into town in Kansas City Royals, everybody's downstairs watching Bo hit because you're not going to believe what you're going to see. He's going to hit balls about 600 feet. It's something you've never seen before. It's incredible, so you really have to be there to see it.
And fortunately, we were all here, including Kirby Puckett. In the bottom of the first inning, a tremendous home run by Bo Jackson. Not that it's 404 to center, that's far enough. But the Bo, Vincent Edward Jackson, hit one up into the black background of the second deck in center field. The black background that they use to furnish as a background for the hitters. I don't know where that spot would be, 450, I don't know. What a shot. We're going to the bottom of the fourth inning. We have a moment. It'll be Bo Jackson, Wade Boggs, and Kirby Puckett. And for those who did not see it, watch where this ball went in the first inning. Rick Russell, a sinker ball pitcher, and Jackson took him into the deepest part of center field. Jackson will be facing a new battery trying to outwit him. Mike Scioscia of the Dodgers will take over behind the plate. And Tim Burke on the mound. And seeing Tim Burke, that is another great human interest story here in the All-Star game. Tim and his wife Christine adopted a little Korean girl recently, maybe a year or so ago. His wife is now in Guatemala, and as soon as he is pitching here, Tim will go to Los Angeles, get on an airplane, fly to Guatemala, because he and Christine are adopting a baby boy, 2-year-old. Line drive, base hit for Bo Jackson. So it is really heartwarming with all of the other things you hear and read about, to read and hear of the Tim Burke story. So Bo Jackson has a home run, a single, and a stolen base. And Wade Boggs will be the batter. Willie Mays in the second game, remember they used to play 2 All-Star games back in 1960, had a home run and a stolen base. There goes Bo, but it's going to be a hit-and-run ground ball. He would have stolen second base. He had such a big jump on Tim Burke, but he loses the steal as Boggs grounds out.
Unusual for Boggs to swing at the first pitch, too. He may not have known that Bo is going. Boggs has great concentration at the plate, and maybe he did not see Bo go. Boggs always a reputation for taking pitches at the plate, and he must not have seen the sign or misread the sign. It wasn't a hit and run.
Received a 3-year extension on his contract to manage the Oakland A's. Kirby Puckett lifting a fly ball to left center. Eric Davis. Bo is going to tag, and Davis has a good arm. Here's the challenge, and it will be the Bo going in on his landing gear. So Jackson single, took second as Boggs grounded out. Takes third on Kirby Puckett's fly ball. And Harold Baines will be coming up.
You know, we talked about before the game about whether players really care, if this means something to them. Is it a game they'll hustle in? Look at this. This guy has been all over the field. This is a stage and he can show his talents, and he is certainly doing it tonight.
Thinking that he went into third like a fullback, it reminded us National League President Bill White introduced him to the media corps the other day as Bo Jackson from the Los Angeles Raiders. But of course, you can understand, Bo knows them all. You betcha. He might be the first 40-40 man and 500-yard man. After all, Bo, I think in one game last year against Seattle, he rushed for 220-some-odd yards. Harold Baines hit back to the box in the first inning, single to right field to drive in Puckett in the third. So Baines 1 for 2. The American League has been all over the National League pitchers. 2 runs charged to Russell, 1 to Smoltz, 2 to Sutcliffe. So Burke trying to get by. Russell and Stewart, the starters, gave up 2, so they're not involved in it. And so much for the Bay rivalry, huh? Dave Stewart and Rick Russell, Oakland and San Francisco.
You can see Burke trying to feed Harold Baines lots of off-speed stuff. Harold, a very good fastball hitter. Will use all the field. Will hit the ball hard to left center. He'll look for that fastball middle in. If he gets the 2 strikes, he will go to left center with the ball. Try to make him hit the off-speed stuff.
And Harold Baines comes up empty, so they leave Bo Jackson at third, and at the end of 4, it remains 5-2 American League. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. We alluded to Bo Jackson's home run. If you didn't see it, it was really worth seeing in the first inning. And it illustrates just how far he can hit a ball. Now look where this thing goes. Not just over the fence. Way up in there. He keeps everybody in a scramble. So here he is. Jackson, the home run. He had a stolen base in the second inning, and for good measure, a base hit to right. And that was in the 4th.
He's been on base every time he's been up there in the first, second, and the 4th inning. You see the size of his arms, and somebody is finally throwing him some off-speed stuff. Davis, maybe the best curveball in baseball today.
Yeah, I think you agree.
Yep.
Certainly in the National League.
And can throw that heat. Now, he threw that ball right by Bo Jackson out over the plate, and that's right where Jackson likes to hit the ball. And he has several home runs to right field.
Good curveball to punch him up. Now that's an idea of what kind of a pitcher Davis is, that he breaks off that nasty curveball and strikes out Bo Jackson.
Well, it's 3 pitches, and on the bench you can hear people in the National League saying good morning, good afternoon, and this one is good night.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. You have just punched out on 3 pitches.
The batter now. The American League making several changes. Mickey Tettleton will pick up behind the plate for Terry Steinbach. In left field, Mike Greenwell will finish for Bo